Hey friends, Ash here with Gents, back with a review that absolutely none of you asked for at all. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a fragrance that cost me $3 US. And I bought this at TJ Maxx not too long ago. I actually talked about it very briefly in one of my videos. Forget which one. This is an Axe fragrance, and it's the first Axe fragrance I've ever reviewed. This one is Oud Wood and Dark Vanilla. Like I said, this ran me a whole $3, so you could pretty easily consider this one a cheapie, I think. Back when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I wore a bunch of Axe fragrances, believe it or not, a whole lot of them. Like I have a fragrance collection now, I had kind of an Axe collection along with the fragrances that I owned back when I was younger. Just had them all lined up there. I could pick one for any occasion. Phoenix was my favorite back when I was younger, which I own again, thanks to TJ Maxx and their never-ending supply of $3 Axe bottles. Though the Axe cans did look a little bit different back in the day compared to how they look now. Anyway, enough reminiscing for now. I'm going to show you the presentation of this fragrance, because believe it or not, it does have a little bit of a presentation. Then I'll break it down, let you know what I think about it, you know, the usual stuff, and let you know whether this is a solid pickup for $3. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. First off, the presentation, very important, can't leave this out. This one actually does come with a box, which I'll show you in just a moment. Typically your Axe fragrances are going to look more like this one. This is Dark Temptation. I also picked this up for $3, or technically $2.99. So this is how your typical Axe can is going to look now. Back when I was younger, it actually had a cap. You would take the cap off and just press down and spray it. It would spray out like hairspray basically, which these still do that, but now you twist it and then spray. That, my friends, is modern innovation at work. This one is Dark Temptation, like it says here, deodorant body spray, and this is how Axe fragrances will typically spray out. Here we go, and hopefully this doesn't spray up and then straight into the camera lens. That would be a bummer. There we go, you saw that. Now I've got that delightful Dark Temptation aroma all around me. Some partial sarcasm for you there. Dark Temptation is a chocolate fragrance. A lot of you probably know about this one, but just wanted to show you how they look typically. So let's take a quick look at this box. As you can see on the box, it's an Axe daily fragrance. Oud Wood and Dark Vanilla, apparently one of their signature fragrances. As you can see, this one comes with a precision pump, 0% gas, and it's 100 milliliters in size. There's nothing on the top at all. On this side, you can see the price I paid. Again, $2.99. Then you have a slight descriptor of the fragrance itself right here. On the side, you have directions for wear, in case you are a complete moron, I guess. Although I will caution you against spraying it on your neck. If somebody gets close enough to you, they're snuggling up on your neck and they potentially kiss your neck, they're not gonna like the taste of Axe body spray. That's just a pro tip that I give to you free of charge. There's gonna be at least one person in the comments that takes everything I'm saying completely seriously with no sarcasm whatsoever and thinks that I'm a gigantic douche. And here's the back of the box with some more directions for you. So in case you can read, they have it here, spray on your neck, body, and wrists. In case you can't read, they have little pictures of you spraying the fragrance at different parts of your body. And then on the bottom, your batch code. Next off, let's check out this bottle/can, which, to be honest, I do prefer the way that this one looks much more than the more typical standard look. So here on the front of the can, it's the exact same as the front of the box, all the same information right here. On the back, they have the ingredients and again, pictures of where you should spray this. On the bottom, your batch code, and then it has this cap which does click into place that reveals the atomizer beneath. And this atomizer is actually really good. I'll give it a couple sprays for you. I forgot to say this earlier, but I guess I'll just say it now. If you're in Europe, Axe is Lynx. So Lynx over there, Axe over here. But you already knew that. Let's go ahead and give this atomizer a spray. I'll hit myself on the right hand and you can see how much this sprays out. It really is quite a lot. Honestly, that's a massive amount of fragrance to come out of just a $3 can of Axe. I mean, check my hand out. It is soaked. Christian Dior, eat your heart out. The new best atomizer is in town, and it's on a can of Axe. So this one opens up with a little bit of that cheap deodorant smell that you've come to expect from Axe fragrances, if you've worn them at all anyway. It has that typical cheap deodorant body spray kind of smell that works in with rubbing alcohol off the top. And yeah, initially, this one smells cheap. Really cheap, which you would expect. Thankfully, within a few minutes, that kind of deodorant rubbing alcohol thing starts to burn away. It starts to fade. And the Oud that's in this fragrance starts to come out. Now, I should tell you guys right off the bat, in case you didn't know already, there's no oud in this fragrance. None, nada, zip, zilch. Doesn't exist. Oud wood is in the name of the fragrance, but it's not in the actual fragrance. Initially, it comes off like a slightly spiced, generic woodsy note, not any specific type of wood. It's also a little bit thin to my nose. It doesn't have a lot of depth, doesn't have a lot of character, which again, you would expect. It's $3 freaking. And it's got a little bit of powder as well. Now, after about 10 minutes or so, oud wood and dark vanilla starts to settle in and starts to smell a lot nicer than you would expect. A lot of that really cheap bro deodorant kind of smell starts to fade away, thankfully, and vanilla starts to come out more, and it becomes more of a dark vanilla fragrance than anything else. There's a good amount of a powdery, almost ambery kind of vibe that melds with the vanilla in the scent. There's also a slight hint of spice in this one, which I imagine is what they're trying to pass off as oud, because to be fair, probably 99% of people that buy this have no clue what oud wood even is or how it smells, and honestly probably don't even know how to pronounce oud. So they could stick pretty much anything in here and be like, yeah, that's oud, and then your average guy would go, oh, okay, that's how oud smells. Only they probably wouldn't say oud. What would they say? Ode, oud, ode, ode, oud? Yeah, who knows? I can imagine bros just all across America trying to pronounce oud and screwing it up. A 3-letter word, but so difficult for a bro. I apologize to all bros. As this one dries down, it becomes basically just dark vanilla with a woody backbone. Again, it's kind of nondescript. It's not any particular wood. It almost comes across like a very synthetic sandalwood and guaiac wood mix, something like that. Obviously doesn't smell exactly like either one of those woods. It's just a generic woody scent. Interestingly enough, oud wood and dark vanilla has a decent amount of staying power for this just being an Axe fragrance. I mean, you saw how much it sprayed out. It sprays out an apocalyptic amount of fragrance, so that's probably one of the reasons that it has a good amount of staying power. It wouldn't surprise me if I'm emptying 1 entire milliliter every time I press this down. But it lasts for about 5 hours, which is 4 hours longer than I thought it would. And it projects pretty well for the first hour to hour and 15 minutes. And while that's not great performance by any stretch of the imagination, for an Axe fragrance that costs $3, that's pretty good. I believe there's also an eau de toilette version of this fragrance, which I don't have and I haven't smelled. To the best of my knowledge, this is basically what would go into one of these, only dressed up a little bit, made a little nicer. It does say on the box that these Axe precision pump sprays have no gas, so they're finer, more precise, and don't overpower. And they've put 3 times more fragrance in these as compared to their typical cans, so they're long lasting too. So Axe themselves are drawing direct comparisons between what's in here and what would be in here. I have heard good things about the eau de toilette concentration of this fragrance, so I wouldn't mind checking that out, especially if it's a higher quality version of this. You would think with this being an oud wood and dark vanilla fragrance, it would only be good for winter or fall, but it's not really loud and it's not very dense. So realistically, you could probably wear this winter, spring, or fall, though in summer, I'd probably want to go with something else. Something a little fresher, because it gets really hot where I live in the summer. Obviously, this is going to be more of a casual fragrance because it is Axe. If you're dressing up in a suit and your choice of fragrance is Axe, oud wood, and dark vanilla daily fragrance, then I just don't know what to tell you. I don't know if I can help you or if anyone can help you at that point. But if you're just kicking around casually, then I guess this could work. Would I use it in day or night? I guess I would use it any other time. I would use an Axe body spray, which for me would be basically never. But realistically, I think you could use it in either one. Honestly though, for $3 at TJ Maxx, this is better than I thought it would be. It really is. The Atomizer is actually really solid. The beginning smells super cheap. Smelling this one did throw it back for me a little bit, back to when I was younger with that Axe kind of base coming through. The patented Axe deodorant base that you'll find in a lot of their sprays. I don't know that it's actually patented. That was just like a figure of speech, just in case anybody was gonna call me out on that. But yeah, $3. It's solid. It's pretty good. Because realistically, what can you get for $3? Off the top of my head, I can't think of a fragrance better than this one in that price range. 100 milliliters for $3. That's 3 cents per milliliter. That is stupid cheap. And this fragrance probably would be about your best bet at that price range. It actually lasts for a decent amount of time. You can pick it up. It has a little bit of projection. After the kind of a mess of an opening, it dries down to smell pretty good, especially when the vanilla, a little bit of spice, and the woods come in. It's not gonna smell super expensive, but at $3, it smells at least 4 or 5 times more expensive than it costs. That's pretty good, right? 4 or 5 times more expensive than it costs, that's good. Will I personally ever wear it? No, I sure won't, but I have a stupid amount of fragrances, so it'd be kind of asinine to wear an Axe fragrance, to be honest. For a lot of guys out there who are maybe much younger or don't have a lot of money to spend, want to pick something up on the cheap, again, $3, this could be a pretty good pickup because you'll get decent longevity, decent projection, let it settle down about 10-15 minutes, then it's not too bad. I will say that there's a clear step up between what comes in these cans and this one. This one does smell much higher quality. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for me for Axe, Oud Wood, and Dark Vanilla. If you've smelled this one, let me know below in the comments what you think about it. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys again next time with another fragrance video. Maybe one where I'm not reviewing a $3 Axe fragrance. See you guys.